The Adventures of South Sea Sam, an original narrated storybook series with music and songs where courage, friendship and kindness overcome fear and conflict. Created for children aged 6 to 12 and for anyone who loves to escape into the world of storytelling. Chapter 1, Part 1, In the Beginning. "He's in there, Apollo," Hector called over the loud rain that was beating down around them. "You go round the back, I'll take this door." After weeks of searching, they finally tracked down Mickey Magpie, a tricky troublemaker who had been up to all sorts of mischief in and around the neighborhood. They had him trapped inside an old, broken-down warehouse in the dock area of the city. Being well aware of Mickey's reputation, Hector entered cautiously. "Looks like you got me, boss," Mickey Magpie said, putting his wings behind his back as he turned in surrender. Hector and Apollo closed in slowly. "Don't move a muscle, Mickey," Apollo instructed as he approached, ready to secure the magpie. Quick as a flash, Mickey Magpie lifted his foot, releasing the end of a long rope that held a fishing net suspended above the spot Apollo was now standing in. The net fell, knocking Apollo to the ground, trapping him. Mickey turned on Hector, attempting to slip past and escape through the open door. But Hector blocked the exit as Mickey charged. Mickey ducked and dived. Twisting and turning, he charged at Hector, again and again. His frustration and anger growing with each failed attempt to escape as Hector firmly stood his ground. Looking round, Hector spotted a large lobster pot on the crates beside him. In one swift movement, he reached over, grabbed the pot, and pointed the opened end towards Mickey's next attack. Sure enough, Mickey, eyes closed, face purple as a beetroot, charged again, straight into the lobster cage. And as we all know, it's easy to get into a lobster pot, but impossible to get out. Apollo, successfully freeing himself from the net, came over and fist-bumped Hector. Normally I hate to see birds locked inside a cage, but I'll make an exception this time, Apollo joked, looking over at the trapped, startled magpie. "You okay?" Apollo asked, looking at Hector's bruised body. "Tell you what, I'll wait here with Tricky Mickey. The others are on their way. They'll help get this one back to lockup. You head home now and get some well-deserved rest," Apollo said, turning to check on the magpie. Hector nodded and headed back out into the pouring rain, deciding to walk for a while as he regained his breath, ready for the flight home. He heard a rustling noise coming from behind a pile of empty crates, then a soft whimpering sound. Unsure of what it might be, Hector carefully moved round to the back, ready for whatever danger might be waiting there for him. To his surprise, he saw a small, frightened seagull tangled up in an old fishing net. The poor little bird was soaking wet, shaking and shivering. Hector slowly pulled the net out into the open and gently freed the frightened little seagull. "I've got you, son. Hector said softly as he picked up the little seagull and held him close. "Where's your family?" Hector asked softly. I don't have a family, sir. I don't have anyone." The little seagull started to cry, but quickly stopped, wiping the tears away. "I mustn't cry, I mustn't cry," the cold little seagull said boldly. "I must be brave. I must always be brave." Hector smiled sadly, fighting back his own tears. "Would you like to come home with me?" Hector asked. "I have a son, Maximilian Horatio Hawke. He'd be your brother, and we'll all be one big happy family." For the first time, the little seagull smiled. "Yes, please, sir. I think that would be lovely." "What's your name, son?" Hector asked. "It's Sam. South Sea Sam," the frightened little seagull answered, his soft voice a little happier now. And that, Whitewater Walt said, is how our good friend South Sea Sam became Hector Horatio Hawke's son. Whitewater Walt was stood in a schoolroom delivering one of his lessons to a class of young seagulls. A picture of the adult South Sea Sam hung on a classroom wall. And now I will tell you about Sam's brother, Maximilian, Whitewater Walt said sternly. "And you must all pay attention, because if you ever see Maximilian," Whitewater Walt pointed to a picture of Maximilian hanging on the wall, "you must always avoid him. Ideally, find somewhere safe to hide, because Maximilian Horatio Hawke is bad news." Whitewater Walt paused. Even as a boy, Maximilian was always getting into trouble. Whatever his father told him to do, Maximilian would do the exact opposite. At first, it was just childish mischief. But as Maximilian got older, his actions became more and more wicked. And now he's the villain I'm sure your parents have warned you about. Whitewater Walt sighed, then continued his lesson. "As boys, Sam and I became friends, and I saw how hard he and his father Hector tried to help Maximilian. They tried to change Maximilian's evil ways. Sadly, the more they tried, the worse Maximilian became." Whitewater Walt looked around at the young seagull pupils. "Now the next bit is very important, so pay attention, please. Every bird community must have rules, and you will learn about these as you go through your education. One rule in particular changed Hector and Sam's life forever." Whitewater Walt could sense the classroom was silent, and that all the young seagulls were listening intently. So he continued. Despite all the heroic acts Hector had done for the community, he, as Maximilian's father, had failed to obey rule number 1. Whitewater Walt read the rule from the rule book. "It is the total responsibility of every parent to ensure they manage the behavior of their children and ensure that no trouble is ever brought into the community." Whitewater Walt paused. Despite Hector and Sam's best efforts, Maximilian continued with his wicked ways. One evening, and for no reason at all, he attacked the nightingales of Berkeley Square as they were singing their beautiful sunset song. And that was the song that signaled for the parents to prepare dinner and for the young ones to head home. The poor nightingales never sang that song again. Then came the day that changed everything for Hector and Sam. Maximilian hadn't been seen for days, and everything was lovely and quiet, and all so peaceful in the community, until a loud noise was heard in the distance. That noise drawing closer and closer. The community council members rushed outside to see Maximilian being chased by a flock of angry birds from a neighbouring town. Hector and the council members formed a circle around Maximilian to protect him, as it was their duty to protect their own. The flock of angry birds landed, and their leader spoke to the council members and explained that Maximilian had started a terrible fight which had caused a lot of damage in their town, and that Max's community would either have to pay for the damage or there would be trouble between the two communities. Immediately Hector stepped forward, asked how much, and paid. This satisfied the leader, and the angry birds left. They looked around for Maximilian, but he had disappeared into hiding, without so much as a sorry or a thank you. Seeing the worried expressions on the young birds' faces, as they all knew Maximilian came and went whenever he wanted to, Whitewater Walt said, "This may be a good time to take a break. Now all of you be back in 15 minutes. The classroom had emptied before Whitewater could finish.
If I could a fish in the deep blue sea, I'd share it with you and you'll share it with me, 'cause that's what friends are for.
If I heard you cry in the middle of the night, I'd rush to your side and I'd hold you tight, 'cause that's what friends are for. And if I ever saw you walking on your own, I'd rush to your side and I'd walk you home. And if I ever really needed someone, no question in my mind, over you come, 'cause that's what friends are for. Have you ever thought what would happen to us when we finish school and we're all grown up? Could it really be that you and me will never be together again? We'll never be together again.
Nah, that will never be, 'cause you and me will surely be together in the end. And now we'll always know, no matter where you go, a friend is a friend is a friend. A friend is a friend is a friend. A friend is a friend is a friend.